Hey, what's going on, everybody? Stevie Luke here, and welcome to our second weekly live stream. Now, in these live streams, we talk about whatever topics you guys bring up in the comments of the videos. So I saw a lot of comments asking for Deadpool 2, for Solo, a Star Wars story, and also Ant-Man and Wasp, Venom, and a bunch of other stuff as well. So we're going to be talking all about that in this live stream. Now, while I wait for some people to show up in the chat, let me just pre-frame you guys as to how this is going to go. I'm going to start off with Deadpool 2. I have my little outline right here that I wrote. What's up, Nick? How you doing there, big guy? What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about Deadpool 2 first, then go on to Solo, right down the line to Ant-Man, Venom, and any other topics that pop up in the stream. We'll go right to those. So we're just waiting for some other people to show up in the chat. I got one. And then we'll get this party started. And this is like the generation of superhero movies, like just one after another after another. I'm surprised I haven't gotten superhero fatigue yet, like if that's even a thing, because it's just so much, especially with Infinity War that just came out. Like, oh my god, man. And Deadpool 2 is probably one of my favorite superhero movies, if you can even call Deadpool a superhero. So yeah, I'm gonna give it another minute or so, and then I'm just gonna start rolling because I don't want this to be too boring on the replay. So just waiting for people to start showing up. We just broke 200 subscribers, so that happened this week. Was happy about that. Channel starting to grow, community starting to grow, starting to gain some momentum. Let's make sure I got everything set up properly here. Shared live stream on Twitter. Shared the live stream on Insta. Yeah, I shared it everywhere I could, so I think we're good. Thanks, Nick. Yeah, man. Didn't imagine I'd ever get to like 50 subscribers, let alone 200. But here I am. Alrighty. Well, if people start jumping in, we can always just circle back. So I'm going to start talking about Deadpool 2. I think it looks great. Just watching the trailers, I think it looks absolutely amazing. I'm trying not to compare it to the first one, because whenever that happens, whenever we try to compare, the sequel didn't do that, or the sequel didn't like build upon that, or the sequel didn't tie into that, and then it just turns into this whole mess. So I'm trying not to compare it to the first one too much, but from what I've seen, it looks to be pretty much the same type of movie as the first one, which is a very good thing, because the first one was very successful. Very successful. I enjoyed it a lot. The most successful R-rated superhero movie ever, if I'm not mistaken. So try not to compare it to the first one. But they're really excited for it. I know this is my excited voice right now. Nick, I'm so excited. In reality, I am tired. I am really, really tired. Also very fun. Yeah, it is. It's hysterical. I laughed so hard during the first one, especially I think the part I laughed the hardest at was when he broke both his hands trying to hit Colossus, and then he was like, "Oh, the dinosaurs feared the T-Rex." I lost it during that scene. One of the things I noticed in the trailers was that they're kind of painting Cable as the villain. Are you getting that vibe too, Nick? Because that's what I'm getting. I'm thinking like Cable's like the villain. I don't want to call him a villain because I feel like that they're going to throw a curveball at us through the movie and have someone else be the villain in it. But for right now, it looks like Cable's the villain. And I'm not sure how I feel about that, because in the comics, Cable's not a bad guy per se. He's just a good guy that does a lot of bad stuff. So hopefully that's how they portray him in the movie as well. Oh yeah, they're bringing back Dopinder. Absolutely. He's going to be part of X-Force. Isn't that a little derivative? Yes, it is. Loved it. Love it. Let's talk about X-Force while I brought that up for just a second. Try to keep things interesting while we wait for more people to show up. Talking about X-Force. So we got a couple other people that are joining the team here. Are Mayhem, Domino, and that guy, I think his name is Pete, the normal guy, the guy that didn't have any powers, just saw the ad and decided to sign up for the job. I don't know much about the others in X-Force. I don't know much about Shatterstar. I do know that I believe Shatterstar also time travels like Cable. Cable is a time traveler. He's from the future and he travels back in time. I'm pretty sure Shatterstar is also a time traveler, but I'm not entirely sure on that. Maybe when some more people jump in the chat, I'll ask them if there's any Marvel Comics geeks out there. I'm always more DC Comics type of guy. Bigger fan of the Marvel movies, but I'm a bigger fan of DC Comics. It's weird like that. But maybe one of them will have an idea as to who Shatterstar is. Mayhem looks like a typical strong dude, like maybe the super strength and vulnerability type of powers. But I am so happy, and this is probably the thing I'm most happy about, is that they're bringing in Domino. I was hoping they would do that for the sequel. Like, just Domino it's a hysterical anti-hero. Like, her power is basically that she's lucky. Like, she just gets lucky. And while in the trailer Deadpool says that's not a superpower, that is totally a superpower. That's like one of the best superpowers you could possibly have. The power of luck. Like, come on now. Let's see what else we got here. What else did I see? I saw Negasonic Teenage Warhead in the trailer. Who else did we see? Who is the kid that they're trying to protect? That's what I need to find out. Maybe someone else who jumps in the chat will know. But who's the kid they're trying to protect? Because I wasn't able to pick out that character at all. Granted, I don't know a lot about the X-Men in the comics. You know, the only things I know about the X-Men is from the movies that came out, and some of those number 3 weren't even that good. But so yeah, so I don't know much a lot about the characters in this movie, but it still looks solid. It has Deadpool. I'm good. That's all I need. Deadpool and his friend. I forget his friend's name. Is that bad? Well, one of the things that I like about the fact that they're introducing new characters into the Deadpool universe is that I'm hoping they're going to do an X-Men Deadpool crossover eventually. I really want to see Deadpool crossover with the X-Men. I want to see him interact with the rest of the characters. Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead, they don't count as crossing him over with the X-Men. That was just 2 people. So I want to see him cross over with the rest of the X-Men. I think that would be really funny. So let's see. So we're talking about Deadpool 2. If you're just joining us, I see we got someone else in the stream there. A lot of fourth wall breaking. For example, Deadpool asking Cable, "Are you sure you're not from the DC universe? You seem like you're pretty dark." I love it. That's why Deadpool is one of my favorite superheroes of all time, is because he literally knows that he is a fictional character. And he just makes it so funny the way he talks about it. Especially that one scene in the first one where he goes, "I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to them." Fourth wall break definitely makes for an interesting character. So let's jump into some predictions here. Some predictions as to what's going to happen in Deadpool 2. I already talked about it a little bit, but I don't think Cable is going to be the bad guy, even though that's who they're making him out to be. I feel like he's just going to have a task he needs to carry out. Deadpool's going to be trying to stop him, yet he doesn't realize that trying to stop Cable is the wrong thing to be doing. And then they're going to team up and try to take on whoever the real bad guy is. So that's what I think is going to be happening in Deadpool 2. But I'm going to open up the chat here. You can give me your predictions for Deadpool 2. What do you think is going to be happening? Do you think anybody's going to be dying? Oh, hey, Harry, what's going on, buddy? There are rumors that the kid will be the villain. Ooh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. That would be interesting. Like the classic protection trick. Like the kid gets the hero to try to protect him when in reality he's actually the bad guy. That would be good. I would like to see that. Let's see. What else we got? What other predictions we got? What are we thinking? I think that there's going to be some people that die in Deadpool 2. I think they should have some characters die. Like in like not in a bad way, but in like a funny way. You know what I mean? Like maybe they should have like one of the X-Force members die. Maybe they should have maybe have one of the characters from the original movie die. Like maybe not that I want this to happen. Not that I want this to happen, but maybe they'll have Dopinder die. Just like something to spice it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like we need something that's different from the regular Marvel formula where none of the A-team characters die. You know what I mean? So far, the Deadpool movie has done a good job with doing that, but I want to see it a little bit more. What we got? Nick thinks, I do think Cable and Deadpool will join forces by the end. Pete has to live on. yeah, I agree with that. Pete should get his own solo movie. No, Pete should get his own trilogy. Pete should get his own comics. Oh my God, that'd be great. That'd be great. What else did I see that was interesting in Deadpool 2 trailer? It's been a little bit since I saw the trailer. I've only watched it once or twice. Maybe I should have watched it again before I did this live stream just to get everything refreshed in my mind. But yeah, I wonder what's going to happen with Deadpool with the Disney Fox merger that's happening too. Like, maybe we'll get to see Deadpool show up in the MCU. Maybe. I don't know. I'd like that. That I think would be great. Yeah. Well, what are your opinions, everybody that's in the chat who is now one person? That's great. My live streams are so successful. Oh boy. What are your predictions, chat? What do you think about a Deadpool MCU crossover? And then we'll move on to Solo, the Star Wars story, because we don't know that much about Deadpool 2. It's not that much to talk about. I think that'd be great to see it, like just seeing Deadpool interact with characters like Tony Stark and Star-Lord and all like Ant-Man, all the humorous characters from the MCU. Just like to see how Deadpool would like interact with those characters. Like I think Tony Stark would probably get tired of him very quickly. That it would be cool. It'd be great just to like get all the characters in the MCU because, you know, Infinity War was great. It had all the characters in the MCU so far, but now they need something different. They need to spice it up a little bit. They've been doing the same thing for the past like 10 years or so. So they need to change it up a little bit. Harry says, I would like him to cross over, but I can't really see it happening. I mean, it wouldn't be easy. That's for sure. They'd have to do it the right way. But I mean, look at the Marvel's track record. Like they've done it the right way so far. They've done all this crossover so far. And if they can pull off Infinity War, where they literally have every single character or close to her in that movie, like they can definitely pull off a Deadpool crossover with the MCU. Absolutely. All right, well, that's my predictions for Deadpool 2. Let's move on to Solo. I don't know how many of you guys, all like 5 of you that are watching, I don't know how many of you guys in the chat heard this, but there was some news released from Fandango, from Fandango, the ticket selling website, that Solo just doubled the first day ticket sales of Black Panther. Now, to those of you guys who don't know, Black Panther shattered that record when it came out. The pre-sale ticket sales for Black Panther were record-breaking. And now Solo just doubled that. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Solo just doubled Black Panther's pre-sale ticket sales. Like a pre-sale tickets. He just doubled that. I think that's incredible, especially from like the Star Wars story, like the spin-off movies. Like they are not the same thing as like the episodes, like the saga of the Skywalkers, the mainstream story. They are nothing close to that. Don't get me wrong, Rogue One was good, but like comparing Rogue One to Force Awakens or Last Jedi or Empire Strikes Back, like they just don't compare. So it shocked me to find out that Solo outsold a Marvel movie. Like, I don't even know if it's just that the Star Wars name. Maybe it was the Star Wars name that just people are like, okay, we got to go see this movie. But there are a lot of people I've talked to that aren't going to go see it. So I don't know what that means for its overall box office in the future, but I do really, really well. However, I'm going to reserve judgment on how it is because in my honest opinion, I never wanted a young Han Solo movie, in my opinion, because I don't know. I always thought his character was better with this origin and mystery. I never thought that Han Solo needed an origin. Let's see what Nick says. Because you get to see the beginnings of a main character that has just died. True. That's very true. I can see how people would want that. You know, they're saying, "Oh, I really missed Han Solo in The Last Jedi. I want to see him again." So they're watching Solo: A Star Wars Story. But to me, it's not going to be the same. It's not Harrison Ford, and it's not going to be the same. So I'm reserving judgment on how good this actor really is. See, I don't even remember his name. I'm going to reserve judgment on the actor that's playing Han Solo in the movie that's coming out until I see it, because Harrison Ford will always and forever be Han Solo. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. He'll always be Han. Nobody else can ever be Han. And that's going to be that's going to be a struggle for me when I'm watching that movie. It's going to be like, this isn't Harrison Ford. This isn't Harrison Ford. Man, not Harrison Ford would have said that better. So hopefully that doesn't ruin the movie for me. But on the whole, it looks fun. It looks like a fast-paced movie. You know what I mean? Like, for once, there's not going to be any force in it unless they have Darth Vader in it, which would be awesome if Darth Vader cameoed in Solo, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, it'd be fun just to see a Star Wars movie without the Force involved, because even Rogue One had the Force involved. We had the two guys from the Kyber Crystal Temple who go, "I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me." I love those guys. Those are my favorite characters. And they had Darth Vader in it as well, so they had some Force elements in the in Rogue One, but in Solo, it doesn't look like the Force is mentioned that much. And that is also something that's going to make that movie interesting, because the Star Wars universe is based so heavily on the Force that the Force is like its own character now. It's based so heavily on the Force that I wonder how it'll do if it's not mentioned or if it's not alluded to in this movie. I wonder how that's going to go. So, but on the whole, it looks like a fun movie. Fast-paced, action, funny. Looks like it involves some really cool stuff that we haven't seen yet in the Star Wars universe. So I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. One thing I do want to talk about, let me just take a look at the outline here and make sure that I'm still on track here, and I am. Donald Glover performing as Lando. What's up, David Horn? Good to see you. We're talking about Solo right now. And I just started talking about Donald Glover as Lando. From the trailers, he looks like an amazing Lando. I'm sorry, an amazing Lando. Like I know I said Harrison Ford will always be Han Solo, but Donald Glover as Lando, he actually seems like a good fit. Just the way he's portraying the swagger of the character. You know, every rumor you heard about me is true. It's just Lando. He portrays that, that gambler, that gangster type of attitude, that criminal type of attitude. So I can't wait to see Donald Glover perform as Lando. If the rest of the movie is a bust, at least I'll be happy with Donald Glover's performance as Lando Calrissian. And of course, this. How do you think Han and Chewie are going to meet? Because it looks like they haven't met yet in that movie. It looks like that throughout the course of that movie, Han's going to meet Chewie and start getting to know him, start developing that bond that he has with him throughout the rest of the Star Wars movies. But I want to post that to you guys. That's true, Nick. We also get to see a young Chewie. That's how do you guys think Han and Chewie are going to meet? In my opinion, I think it's going to be this. I think Han is going to have quit the Imperial Flying Academy because, well, we already figured out that's where he got his flying experience, is that he was training to become an Imperial pilot. He quit. He deserted the Flying Academy. And I don't want to say he goes to another planet because that's kind of vague. I'm trying to think of where he could go to actually meet Chewie. But I know he's going to go somewhere. He's going to get into some trouble in some bar. And then Chewie's just going to come in and just stomp everybody and save Han's life or something like that. Or maybe vice versa. Maybe Han will save Chewie. And then that's how they meet. Just by one of them saving the life of the other. And instantly that's how their bond starts to form. And after that, they just start sticking with each other. They're watching each other's backs. They start becoming friends. They get to know each other better. And by the end of the movie, there's the Han and Chewie that we see in A New Hope. So I want to hear your guys' opinions, though. Jump down in the chat. How do you guys think Han and Chewie are going to meet? Yes, we do also get Chewie's age. He's 190 years old, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't seen the trailer, but I believe it was 190 years old in this movie. So imagine how old he was by the time we get to The Last Jedi. Like, that's insane. Wookiees are probably my favorite creatures from the Star Wars universe. They're just amazing. Red Brick 777. What's up? Han saves Chewie from slave labor. Yes, that would be awesome. That's exactly what I'm saying. Han saves Chewie from something, or Chewie saves Han from something or other. One of them needs to be saving the other. That's what I say is going to happen. Let's see. I also have another question for you guys in the chat. Do you think this movie is necessary? Do you think this movie is like, do we really need a Han and Chewie origin story? Because I was just saying it before that I feel like Han's character is better suited if we don't know his origin. I feel like it's better suited that way. If we don't know how him and Chewie like met, or how Han got his piloting experience, or how Han, got to be such a good smuggler, I think it's better suited that way. But I want to hear what you guys think. Jump down in the chat. Let me know. Is this movie necessary in your opinion? And remember, guys, we all have our own opinions, so nobody get mad at anybody else's opinion. You agree with me, David? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, there was always just that mystery about Han, you know what I mean? Like, just even throughout the first original three, that, we didn't get his origin. And it was amplified in Force Awakens, because when we first saw Han again, what happened in between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens, that was also a mystery. So it was literally like we were it was like a reboot of the entire Star Wars thing, going back to it, but also a continuation at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense. To me, it does. Because we didn't know Han's origin before A New Hope, and we didn't know what happened to Han in between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens. So in my opinion, we don't need any of the gaps to be filled as far as Han goes. Red Brick says, movie not really needed because the backstory is in the comics, but now is Legends. Yeah, the comics are no longer canon. I never even read any of those either. The Han and Chewie comics, or any of the comics that involved anything of Han before A New Hope. I never read any of those because, once again, I didn't think Han needed an origin. So I was like, why am I going to bother reading this? So, yeah, so that's no longer canon. I heard, though, Red Brick, I heard that they're sticking with a similar storyline that they did with the comics. So maybe they're going to, make it canon again. Yeah, I'm still going to see it, too. It has like a we'll see type of attitude towards it. That's how I feel about it. It's kind of like, okay, I'll see it because it's a Star Wars movie. So, you know what I mean? Like, so we'll see. We'll see how it is. We'll see how it ties into A New Hope and all that stuff. We'll see how it ties into the rest of the movies. And, it's a we'll see type of attitude. All right, let's jump into some predictions now. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts as to, we already talked about how Han and Chewie are going to meet. I want to hear how you think Han and Lando are going to meet. Let's hear about that. Obviously, they're going to meet gambling, and that's how Han wins the Falcon. But how do you think that they meet? Like, why are they gambling? Like, did Han just walk into a bar and sit down at the table and be like, so, what you betting? You know what I mean? Like, I think that wouldn't be a very good story. So there has to be a reason why they're going to Lando, or Han and Chewie, at least. There has to be a reason why they're going to Lando. So let me know what are your predictions? Why do you think, or how do you think, rather, Han and Lando meet? I think there has to be a reason for it. You know what I mean? They need to be going to there for some reason. Also, I don't want to jump around too much, but who's that girl in the trailer? Like, really? You're going to have him have another love interest in this movie when obviously that relationship does not survive? So you're going to spend this movie building up this relationship between Han and this other girl, only to have it fall apart at the end? Like, it just seems kind of pointless to me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that as well. I personally think she's going to die. That's the only explanation as to where she is during the mainstream Star Wars saga. So that's what I think. I think she's gonna die. She's gonna bite the dust. She's gonna bite the dust. And let's see, what else did I thought catched? Oh, I cannot focus right now. I'm just like, oh, I'm so tired. So predictions about Solo. Yeah, jump down in the chat. Let me know what you guys think about that. How do you think Han and Lando meet, and what do you think about this love interest they got for Han in the trailer? Let's also talk about the what's the guy's name? What's the actor? What's the actor's name in Solo? That's gonna be like Han's mentor in this movie. His name is that guy, the guy that's gonna be like Han's mentor in this movie. I want to know exactly how Han meets him. Like, and we're obviously going to see that in the movie, but I'm interested in seeing how Han meets him and what type of role that guy plays in Han's life. You know what I mean? Like, is Han really influenced by this guy? Is he responsible for the no trusting anybody type of attitude? Is he responsible for the cynical, doubting, only person I can believe in is me type of attitude? I want to see something like that. That would be interesting to see, as far as where Han got that attitude. You know what I mean? Like, or was he just like that for the whole of his life? That'd be interesting to see. If you're just joining us in the chat, we're talking about some Solo predictions. Let's see what Red Rick thinks. Don't have any theories, but hope to see Jabba the Hutt Boba Fett. Yes, I didn't even think about that. I most absolutely. You know what? Now that you just said that, Red Brick 777, Jabba needs to be in this movie. At least Jabba. Boba Fett would be great, but at least Jabba the Hutt needs to be in this movie. We need to see the feud between the two of them, how Han swindles him and stuff like that. We need to see that. If they're going to do a Han origin story, they better include that, because that is something that I would pay to see. That is something I would pay to see. Anybody else got any predictions for Solo, or I'm just going to keep this rolling and going right on to our next topic, our next geek movie that is coming out. I'll give you guys a couple seconds to type. Anybody got anything else? Yeah. Oh, hey, Rob. What about the cast? What do you mean, what about the cast? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? See, this is why you got to join the stream from the beginning, Rob. Come on now. Let's see here. All right, well, if no one else has any other predictions, I'm rolling right along. Next movie on the outline, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Let's talk about this movie here. So, just like with Deadpool 2, and I already did my talk about Deadpool 2, so if you're just joining us in the stream, you're going to have to go back in the replay after this live stream is done to hear my talk about Deadpool 2. I'm trying not to compare Ant-Man and the Wasp to the original Ant-Man movie, because whenever you try to compare sequels to originals, you get let down. But in any event, I think that this looks like a very good tie-in to Civil War, is what I'm thinking. If Captain America Civil War, it looks like it picks up with Ant-Man right after the events of Civil War. Cap just busted his buddies out of prison. Scott went his own separate ways from the rest of them. He went back to his life. And now we're seeing what happens to him after that. So it looks like he's getting drawn into something that's not world-ending. Like, this villain doesn't seem like it's going to be ending the world, if you know what I mean. At least that's what I'm hoping, because that's what I loved about the first Ant-Man movie. In the first Ant-Man movie, it was a complete heist film. Literally, the whole goal was break in, steal something, destroy something, get out. The world wasn't on the line. There was no universe-destroying villain. It was literally a heist movie. That's why I think Ant-Man is very underrated, because it breaks from the regular Marvel formula. So I'm hoping Ant-Man and the Wasp is the exact same way, where it's removed from the rest of the Marvel movies, where if we don't succeed, the whole universe will end. So I'm hoping it's like that, because every now and then we need a movie like that. Too much the world might end movies, it starts to weigh on me. It's this plot line again. Really, we need this again. But and what gets removed from that. But I'm trying not to compare it to the first one that much, just in case I don't let down. Let me take a look at the outline here. Keep myself rolling. Big question, big question I have, and I want to know your guys' opinions as well. All two of you guys that are still in the chat. I want to know your opinions on this. That's the question that I'm asking, because I want to know, how does Infinity War affect this movie? Does it take place before, during, or after the events in Infinity War? Because those of you who've seen Infinity War, you know what I mean. Uh-oh, what's going on? It says my connection is unstable. Can you guys still see me? Am I frozen? Go down in the chat if you guys can still see. Fun chat with y'all. Am I still? Maybe that. Oh, that is not how you spell frozen. Oh, whatever. I got the message. Let's see. Where was I? What was I talking about? Ant-Man and the Wasp. Infinity War. Where this was taking place during Infinity War and how this affects it. Let's see. So if it takes place before Infinity War, before the events of Infinity War, the movie Ant-Man and the Wasp isn't really affected that much. Doesn't really affect that much. If it takes place during the events or after, then it would be affected a lot. And those of you who have seen Infinity War, you understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, I mean, just all I have to say is, how is that going to affect Ant-Man and the Wasp? Like, are people going to like, I don't want to spoil it. I'm certain. I wonder who's going to disappear in Ant-Man. I wonder if the Wasp will survive. I wonder if Hank is going to survive. So, like, if Ant-Man takes place during Infinity War or after Infinity War, the snap is going to play a big role. They're all in the Soul Stone. That is the running theory, David Horn. Theory that they're all in. Need to break them out. All of the Avengers from Phase 1, ironically, which everybody thought weren't going to die. Everybody thought the older Avengers from Phase 1 were going to die, but it turns out everybody that survived is all from Phase 1. So, but this isn't about Infinity War. We're talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp. So, I got here down on my outline here. In the trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp, they said that Hank actually unlocks the quantum realm, that he's actually able to make it to the micro universe. So I'm wondering, are they going to find Hank's wife? Like, are we going to bring back the original Ant-Man and the Wasp? Are they going to get back together in this movie? Like, that I think would be interesting. Does Hank even make it back? So let me jump in the chat. All one of you, jump in the chat. Let me know what your thoughts are on Hank unlocking the quantum realm. I think it's going to be great. I thought that was a good addition to the first Ant-Man movie, and I'm happy they're revisiting it in the sequel. So let me know in the chat what you guys think about Hank unlocking the quantum realm. Are they going to bring back Hank's wife? Are we going to see like an OG Ant-Man and Wasp team up type of thing with the new generation of Ant-Man and Wasp? Next thing on my list, let's talk about the shrinking and growing that's going to be happening in this movie, the shrink tech and the growth tech. So in the trailer, it told Scott told us that the largest that he was able to become Giant Man, and the largest that he went was 65 feet, which is incredible. Like, that's absolutely enormous. But I love in the trailer the dynamic, like, shrink, grow. You know what I mean? Like, they're using it strategically. Like in the first one, it was basically just, okay, I'm going to shrink down small, going to beat some people up, and I'm going to get back to being big again. Like, there wasn't that much structure to it. Like, that was the only superpower that he had, was I'm just going to shrink down small. No one can see me. I attack them. I take them by surprise. So I love how in this movie, the trailer, it seems like they're being more strategic about it. They're like, okay, I'm going to have them shrink here, and they're going to grow big back here to take them by surprise. And we're going to have the van shrink down, drive underneath the other car, then the van becomes big again and flips the other car over. I think that is interesting. I think they're being a lot more creative with how they're shrinking and growing. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let's jump into some predictions, guys. So first of all, I want you guys to jump in the chat. All one of you guys jump in the chat and let me know what you guys think about Hank unlocking the quantum realm. Do you think he's going to bring back his wife? Do you think they're going to make it out alive? Like, what's going to happen there? Also, if any of you know anything more about Ghost, the villain in this movie, I'd like to know more about Ghost, because I don't know that much. Once again, I'm not a Marvel comic geek, so I don't know that much about Ghost. But if you guys could just let me know more about her, I would be all ears. Let's see. Oh, hello. What's going on, Yanni YouTuber Gaming? Hi, what's going on? We're talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp right now. And in the trailer, thoughts on that? Do you think Hank might bring his wife? Do you think he'll make it out alive? Or maybe he'll be trapped in there and maybe Scott needs to break him out? Also, if anybody knows anything more about the villain, Ghost, just let me know, because I want to know more stuff about Ghost. Let's jump into my predictions for it. So here's what I think is going to happen. In the beginning of the movie, it starts out, right after Civil War, Captain America busted out all his friends. And Scott's back in his own life, but he's being watched by like the feds or something like that. And he gets attacked. That might be better. Yeah, I think that's a better thing. Hank gets attacked by something, by like an old colleague or whatever Ghost is, or like whatever Ghost wants. Hank gets attacked by that, and then Scott is forced to become Ant-Man again. He goes out, tries to stop the villain, fails, then comes back with his tail between his legs, and then Hope gears up and becomes the Wasp to help support him. And then now they're going out together, and they pick up Luis and the squad. They have them help them out a little bit. And then I don't even know. Maybe they're helping out Hank. Maybe they're going to eliminate the bad guys. I don't know. All I want is that I don't want it to be like, if we don't succeed, the world is going to end. Like, I don't want that type of movie with Ant-Man. I want it to be more of, okay, so this is a problem in our lives, and we need to fix this. And so that's what I want. That's the type of movie that I wanted from Ant-Man and the Wasp, because that's how the first one was. So those are my predictions for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Bye, David. See you soon. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit. So that's all my stuff on Ant-Man and the Wasp. Let's jump right on to the next movie, and that is, oh boy, Venom. I don't know if any of y'all have seen the Venom trailer, but it is amazing. That's just my opinion. I think Venom looks 10 times better than the way he did in Spider-Man 3. I think Ant-Man. I think Venom looks incredible. Tom Hardy is a great actor. I've never pictured him as Eddie Brock, but he seems to be pulling it off pretty well. So good job, Tom Hardy. So Venom is just going to be absolutely incredible. I love the way they have the symbiote like shooting out of his body, like attacking him as like the sticky like veins, like all these like the sticky web stuff is like shooting out of his body, grabbing onto stuff, hitting people, controlling his body without him even moving. And they're like two separate entities existing in one body now. So can't wait for Venom. I don't know if y'all saw my reaction to the trailer, but I was hyped. Really hyped for Venom. Let's jump into some predictions for Venom. First of all, we need a Spider-Man cameo in Venom. I don't care if it's Andrew Garfield. I don't care if it's Tobey Maguire. I don't care if it's Tom Holland. We need a Spider-Man cameo in Venom. Like, you really can't do Venom without mentioning Spider-Man at some point. Like, even the Venom comics, as far as what I know, the Spider-Man was still referenced in those comics. So we need in that Venom movie. But it looks great. Trailer looks awesome. Can't wait for it. I'm crossing my fingers like, please don't let this be a bad movie. Please don't let this be a mistake. Come on, Sony. Don't let us down here. Don't let us down. You did a great job, teaming up with Marvel. It was a good idea. Smart move. Now just get it done right. So that's my thoughts on Venom. And I just want to bring up to you guys real quick. So that's pretty much all my thoughts on the movies that are coming out. We talked about Deadpool 2. Can't wait for Deadpool 2. Hope it's just as funny as the original. Solo has like okay, we'll see. type of attitude, you know what I mean? We're like, okay, you know, we'll see if it's good, see if it's bad. You don't have to find out. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Can't wait to see it. Hope that it's not like the fate of the world resting on their shoulders type of movie. I really hope it's just, you know, removed from the rest of the MCU type of thing. You know, what happened to Ant-Man and Wasp during Infinity War? That's the type of movie that I want it to be. And for Venom, really hoping that Sony does it right. They did a good job teaming up with Marvel. Now I just need them to do it right. And the symbiote looks awesome. Tom Hardy is actually playing a good Eddie Brock. So I can't wait for Venom. So now let me jump into some stuff that's going to be coming up for me and my channel next week. So I am aware that Cobra Kai came out. And unfortunately, I've not been able to sit down and do reaction to it just yet. So just in case you guys haven't seen my latest video, I'm going to be reacting to Cobra Kai like this. I'm going to be reacting to 2 to 3 episodes at a time and then uploading it the same way, 2 to 3 at a time. Just so I can't binge it. I don't have enough time to just binge all my reactions through and just upload them one after the other. I don't have time for that. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be, like I said, uploading 2 to 3 at a time. If you guys want to wait for all of my reactions to be posted and then just binge through my reactions, that's fine too. If you want to watch them as they upload, whatever works for you. All I know is that I don't have the time to binge it through. So I'm going to be doing it 2 to 3 episodes at a time. Monday will probably be the first 2 that are coming out, and then I need to subscribe to YouTube Red to get the rest of them, and then we'll take it from there. So next week, that's what's coming out. A lot of Cobra Kai, and also the poll as to which type of content I'm going to be making next. That ended yesterday, and the results are gaming has won. So I'm going to start coming out with some gaming content next week. I can tell you this right now. I am most definitely going to be starting a Twitch channel that I'm going to be using with me and my friends. I am definitely going to be posting gaming videos on YouTube as well. Probably what we're going to be doing it is like this. I'll probably stream on Twitch every single day. And then I'll take the highlights from each Twitch stream, edit it into one video, and then post that video at the end of the week or something like that. If you guys have any other ideas on what type of format for a gaming video you would like to see me do, just let me know. Jump down in the comments. Follow me, hit me up on Instagram, comment on my Instagram posts. Just, you know, let me know. But I think that's how I'm going to be doing it for right now. What I'm going to be doing is just Twitch streaming every single day, breaking it down into the highlights of each Twitch stream, cutting that into one video. Hey, what's going on? I think you're the only person in the stream right now, Ty Morgan, because everybody else left. I don't know. I'm a little low energy today. I'm really tired, but we just talked about all the movies that are going to be coming out soon, like Deadpool 2, Solo, Ant-Man and Wasp, Venom. And if you want to see that, unfortunately, I really don't feel like going back and talking about them all over again. So after I'm done with the stream, which I'll be ending in a couple of minutes, unfortunately, because it's 8 o'clock where I am right now, and I'm going to have to be going soon. Just go back after the stream is done to the replay to the beginning. I'll talk about Deadpool 2 first, then Solo, Ant-Man, and Venom. But as of right now, I'm talking about like what other types of content I'm going to be coming out with. I put out a poll and gaming one. So I'm going to be doing gaming videos next week. Bye. He came and he went. All righty, guys. I'm going to start getting ready to wrap it up. Great chatting with y'all for this time. Yeah, great chatting with y'all. If you guys, I got to think about maybe we can do this again next week. I would love to do the same time. I got to come up with some topics. So look out for those gaming videos. Look out for some Cobra Kai reactions. And I'll see you soon. When's the next stream? Probably next Saturday at 7:15 Eastern time. Yeah, so I'll probably go in for about same length as this one, about 45 minutes from 7:15 to 8 o'clock. And we'll just talk about whatever the people on the channel want. So there's comment in any of my videos, what topic you want to see me do on a live stream, and then I'll do it. So, all right, well, thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit, Tate Morgan. Sorry if I butchered your name wrong. And I'll see you in the next stream. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. I do a lot of reaction videos, and like I just said, I'm coming out with gaming content soon. So hit that subscribe for me if you haven't already. And I'll I'll catch you later in the next stream. See you soon.